it's Paula, EMDR Chicago here. I am here to do a quick demo with Emily using Practice EMDR using WeMind out of the Netherlands. And we just had our meeting. We have a meeting every Tuesday from 10 to 11 Central Time where we just go over like some of the updates and some of the great things that we can be doing. You know, working memory taxation is very different than memory reconsolidation. And so with memory reconsolidation, which is what we teach in our EMDR basic training, we're working with 3 action mechanisms. But with working memory taxation, that's just one of the 3 action mechanisms. And it is turning out to be an amazing tool for those with complex trauma and dissociation. So the beauty of the Netherlands is that not only do we have Ed DeJean and Dr. Susie Mathiasen out there working with complex trauma, largest PTSD clinic in the world, most EMDR research out there. But then you have the guys behind the scenes that are literally creating WeMind and Practice EMDR, where you can go in and actually utilize those brain action mechanisms to a T with what they have here. So let's get into just a real quick demo. I want to just share my screen with you so that you can see how this works. This is what we did in our meeting today, so I'm not going to do too much, but we talked about how there's different avatars here. I was showing everybody Sophia here. She's a very advanced avatar. She's got a lot of anxiety and dissociation, and she's a really difficult avatar to engage with. Great practice for anybody that works with complex trauma. But let's go over here to Emily because she is our easiest avatar to work with. And so let's start my session. Hello, Emily. We're going to be working on a target today. What is it that you would like to focus on?
Hi, I think I'd like to focus on a memory from a few years ago, when I had a really difficult argument with a close friend. It still makes me feel anxious whenever I think about it.
Okay, and what is the worst part of that for you?
The worst part is feeling like I let my friend down and that I wasn't able to communicate how I really felt. I remember feeling so misunderstood and alone in that moment.
Great. And can you give me an image, a snapshot, a picture of that worst moment? I'm going to draw something on my paper. What should that look like?
The image that comes to my mind is us sitting across from each other, both looking upset and frustrated. There's a lot of tension in the air, and we're not really making eye contact. Just a lot of silence and hurt feelings.
Okay, so what I just did there was I went in, I took a memory and I fractionated it, and now I'm titrating it with making it an image so that it's 2D. And this is the type of thing we want to do with complex trauma. We don't want the target to be too big because that'll overwhelm the client. I can go in right into my phase 3 right now and get my negative belief cognition, my positive belief cognition. I can take my image and ask what the VOC is. I can get my emotions, get my SUDS, get my body sensations, and bam, move right into. And let's see what we can move into. So I'm going to bring you over here and I'm just going to show you some of the options. If I want to do standard protocol, I can just get in there and have my bilateral going back and forth. Okay. If I don't want the ball turning into a cylinder, I just turn it off. Okay. Or let's say that I want it to be diagonal. I can do diagonal. I can do rainbow colors. Let's say I want to keep my client engaged externally while doing bilateral. And I'm just going to say, tell me what colors you see. So I'm watching the bilateral. I see green. I see blue. I see red. I see gray. I can also, I'm going to turn this back on, and I can make the colors slowly change and have my client spell it or say it in Spanish. So I have lots of options. Just remember, when you are pulling your client out of their default mode network and you're having them utilize their prefrontal cortex to spell or to count, that is leading to a decrease in their opportunity to dissociate, which means it keeps them engaged in their prefrontal cortex in dual attention the entire time. I really want to make this quick. So here is sounds that you can do. So you've got the working memory taxation is about a visual, and it's about the phonological loop, which is sound. So we can turn this on and we can have sound and we can have visual. I'm going to go in and I'm going to turn it into random. Now I'm not doing our standard bilateral. I am now going to be working with the memory taxation, which is very different. Just another cool thing I want to show. There's a lot of great things that we can do, but not a lot of time here. I can go in and I can do bilateral beats, get those headphones on, and let's get those beats going. So I can have a low pitch beat or a high pitch beat. And so you've got the audio as an option as well. And I'm going to turn that off. And then I want to go into exposures and show you the most amazing thing. They have a whole library of exposures. Netherlands is really big into exposures. There's car accidents, there's all kinds of things. But I want to show you something really cool. We're talking a lot about polyvagal and increasing our vagal tone. And if you want to increase your vagal tone, then something that you can do is by toggling or pendulating in and out of disturbance, and then what's calm, what is relaxing, what it is that's making you feel capable and engaged and co-regulated. And so let's say that we are going to throw a beach up here, and I'm going to stream it to my client, and I can pick how big I want it. And I want this to be big. And it's a video, which is super cool. I'm going to I can have my ball on. In fact, let me go here. I want to make a sunshine, and I want it to go across the screen, across the horizon, and I want it to be super slow because I'm doing my slow, short sets of bilateral. And then I'm going to go into my exposure, and I'm going to hit play. Look at this. Amazing. Oh, feeling so relaxed, connected. I've got my slow bilateral. Maybe I'm even going to do a tapping at the same time. So we have lots of options in the section. And there's all kinds of beaches and what looks like, I think there's mountains from Thailand. Such a fan of Thailand. Last but not least, we have great ways to toggle into just visuals. Let me go in here and turn this off. Okay, and I want to go into my visuals. Here's some puppy dogs. Here's some kitty cats. We can do what's called screen surfing. This is Rebecca Case talking about, once again, building vagal tone for clients that are highly dissociative. We do it one step at a time. And last but not least, this is my favorite. Parts work, polarized parts, have a seat. Get in there. You can use your regular bilateral, do the two-handed interweave, but more importantly, you can use working memory taxation, which is amazing with parts work. Amazing. Okay, you guys, that's it. That's all I've got for today. We just had a great meeting, which really motivated me to make this video for you. And I'm just trying to figure out, where do I go to turn off this recording? Oh, I go over here. Okay, have a good one. If you need anything, reach out. Follow us on Facebook in the WeMind and the MTR 2.0 so that you can see our updates. There's going to be a big update on July 4th. So pause recording. See you later.